Coming up on News 9 Live at 5.
It's such a beautiful church. It's such one of the central places to our faith.
It feels like a death.
Students react to the Notre Dame Cathedral tragedy. Some residents are unhappy about a proposed bank building at this old church. Today, the developers respond to concerns.
News 9 is everywhere. This is News 9 Live at 5.
Firefighters are trying to contain the fire at the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris. That's our top story tonight. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kate Davison.
And I'm Rich Pierce. The spire atop the landmark was leaning to one side before it collapsed amid the smoke. Fire trucks were having difficulty getting to the scene amid the daily afternoon rush hour. The French Interior Ministry says 400 firefighters were dispatched. It's unknown what caused this fire, but the cathedral has been surrounded by scaffolding and was under construction. The Paris prosecutor has opened an investigation into the fire. A spokesperson has told CNN the cathedral dates back almost 1,000 years and is one of Paris' most popular attractions, drawing an estimated 13 million visitors a year. Well, as news of the fire spread across the world, people have been reflecting on times spent and the cathedral and the significance of that structure.
News 9's Juliana Fafari met with some students and staff at Franciscan who felt the pain as they watched this unfold. She's standing by in the News 9 newsroom with more. Juliana.
Rich, Kate, yes, a sad day as word about the fire spread throughout the community. Dramatic photos and videos have been coming in all afternoon, including ones like this right here. You could see the flames, you could see the smoke billowing, and in this photo, the spire is still standing, but that's not the case anymore.
It always felt to me like it was one of the few buildings that the world couldn't exist without.
This afternoon, the world watched as a piece of history went up in flames.
It was just so sad and distraught to hear about it, and I'm praying that the cathedral is preserved, the things that they can preserve at least, especially the crown of thorns.
A fire at Notre Dame Cathedral that caused a roof to collapse and destroyed a spire at the historic church in Paris has the world reflecting on the importance of the structure and has many remembering the first time they laid eyes on the church in person.
You get to, look up and see, all of those paintings and the stained glass windows, and it's just, you're kind of in shock in a good way. The sun was still coming up. You could see the sun coming through the stained glass windows. And yeah, it's such an amazing, peaceful place, such an amazing, symbol of what our faith is.
As the news spread through Franciscan University in Steubenville, a crowd gathered to watch the event unfold on television. Students and staff shared memories of time spent at the cathedral and took time to remember the cultural significance. Now, they wait to see what happens from here.
There it was, it was a symbol of the church in the world being there, saying, don't forget about me. I want to help you. I want to show you who you can be. And it's gone.
We'll be following this story all evening. If you have visited the cathedral in the past, share photos with us on Chime In, and you may see your content on air and online. Reporting live in the News 9 newsroom, I'm Juliana Fafari, News 9 Live at 5.
Juliana, thank you. The proposition of a bank being built on National Road has caused an uproar among neighborhood residents, but the lawyer representing that bank thinks it would be a major asset to the area. News 9's Jamie Baker has been following this story from the beginning. She's live now with more. Jamie.
Kate, residents have been fighting against this proposed bank, saying it would lower their property values and also be a safety concern when it comes to children in the neighborhood. But the lawyers representing this financial institution say they disagree.
We firmly believe that the financial institution that would come in would satisfy any of their concerns over time.
David Croft is one of the lawyers representing a financial institution interested in building a bank at 1154 National Road. Neighborhood residents are fighting back, saying they oppose the idea for a number of reasons, including the traffic it would bring onto residential roads.
We hear the community that there's concern about having traffic go on to Laurel Avenue, which is the more residential avenue of the two. So we are looking at reconfiguring the existing facility so that the traffic could go on to Locust rather than Laurel.
A traffic study was conducted in January, and a new one will likely take place in the near future. Croft also says that the bank would increase property values and taxes, while also creating a handful of jobs.
We're confident that the financial institution will build a building that will create construction jobs that will support our local trades. And once the building's built, we will have a building worth in excess of, we believe, $3 million that will generate additional property tax, which will be beneficial to our schools.
Croft says the church has a lot of structural issues, including mold and electric problems, and will likely come down either way. So he thinks this bank would be the best possible outcome when it comes to filling that space.
They've never had a complaint relating to their physical properties, and they are strong community players participating in youth sports, car washes, and bake sales.
Croft is hosting a community meeting on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock at Christ United Methodist Church on Washington Avenue in Wheeling. He says anyone with questions or concerns is welcome to attend. Live in our Wheeling newsroom, I'm Jamie Baker, News 9 Live at 5.
Jamie, thank you. A former York Township fiscal officer guilty of theft learns how much time she'll spend behind bars. News 9's Brittany Grego joins us live now in Belmont County with the details of this case. Brittany.
Good evening, Rich. In this case, Dawn Lee stole thousands of dollars from York Township and the Water Authority. Before her sentencing earlier this afternoon, Judge John Vavra heard testimony from all of those involved.
And it was particularly complex due to the fact that Dawn Lee was stealing in every possible manner that you could steal.
Special prosecuting attorney Stephanie Anderson told the court the investigation began in September 2015 when state auditors declared York Township unauditable.
They couldn't perform the financial audit because everything was in total disarray. And so that sort of tipped them off. And once they began looking and saw missing receipts, missing supporting documentation, figures that just didn't add up.
One of the auditors testified, saying it took 1 year to obtain all of the documents from Lee as she was met with constant opposition. According to the records, Lee stole a quarter of the township's annual budget, over $90,000, and issued unauthorized payroll checks to her husband Ryan and mother Irma Schreffler. Schreffler's case has since been dismissed. As for Dawn, the state says she purchased electronics, gardening equipment, and more.
There are Christmas lights and Christmas bulbs that were purchased and located at her house.
Dawn Lee should repay the community for what she did. 100 hours of community service for every $1,000 lost.
Defense attorney Megan Kirchner told the court Lee let the finances get out of hand, but she accepted full responsibility.
All $143,000 of outstanding restitution was paid.
Now, coming up at 6, I'll have more on the impact this had on York Township and how much time she'll spend behind bars. For now, we're live in Belmont County. Brittany Grego, News 9 Live at 5.
Brittany, thank you. Severe weather Team 9 coverage now as we take a live look through the lens of our tower cam.
A much different day today. Let's turn things over to Severe Weather Team 9 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Carter. Kevin, a lot cooler today.
Yeah, sometimes cold fronts come through. We can hardly tell, but the one yesterday really made itself known. We had the tornado watches. Severe weather came through the area. Lots of rain, some wind. And now, much chillier temperatures. Some of us even saw snowflakes today. There could still be a sprinkle north and east, but I think most of the precipitation has died out, and the clouds are trying to thin from the northwest. But boy, those temperatures just hard to take compared to having highs at 70 on Saturday and well into the 70s yesterday. Notice the clearing line, though, continues to advance towards us, though I don't think we're going to be completely clear tomorrow. I think some clouds will pop back in. It looks like a warm front will try to develop and give us a glancing blow tomorrow into Wednesday. Current temperatures, though, we could use a warm front as we see readings in the mid-40s in Steubenville and Wheeling, low 50s in the Interstate 77 corridor, so that sunshine is helping things progress temperature-wise. Winds, so 10, 15, 20 miles per hour, some gusts up over 30 miles per hour, so it is windy, but we should continue to see decreasing clouds and diminishing winds as we go through the rest of the night. The rest of that forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Coming up on News 9 Live at 5, how local firefighters are trying to prevent accidents in the community.
And coming up at 5:30, an unexpected helping hand for local felines.